Hello and welcome to another episode of Loving FLR, real couples, real interviews. And we're talking today with a couple that is so interesting. I can't wait till you meet them. In fact, here they are. You see them already. They are Bernice and Walter. Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Hey, happy post-Thanksgiving.
Well, I'm so excited to be able to catch up with you, and everyone wants to know all about you. I'm sure I want to know more about you as well. So are you, Walter, can you go ahead and explain what you believe a loving female-led relationship is?
Well, I'm glad that you've clarified a lot of the ideas on your website too for me. But it's a relationship where the woman leads the relationship. We talk about things, but in the end, she has the final say. And it's about me tending to her needs and being attentive and paying attention to what's important to her.
And how did this start to happen? Who initiated this type of relationship with you guys, and how long ago was it? Walt?
We just found each other 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like he had me at hello. One of those.
Where were you? Tell me the love story.
Oh, well, she had started a cribbage club up in Asheville, and I came to the cribbage club and met her, and the rest is history. It was sort of love at first sight.
I found that when I was a young woman, I had too many complaints about meeting too many alcoholics. And so I stopped going to bars and started the card playing club. And, a lot of nifty people came and joined, and I finally met this guy. So much better than meeting in bar rooms for sure.
I like that idea. You saw a need, you wanted to create a certain environment around yourself, and you created it. That's leadership. I love it. So most people talk about their relationship in terms of how the man serves and supports. So what kind of things does he do for you, Bernice, that allows you to believe you definitely have a loving female-led relationship?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's an easy one. When we started dating, I remember cooking dinner, and he very quickly got up to clean up after everything and wash the dishes. And I thought, oh, this guy just wants to get into my undies. But no, he just was cleaning up and being useful rather than decorative.
Yes, useful. So you saw his useful side. But what about you, Walt? What did you see in her that made you want to be useful to her?
Oh, she just had a very attractive way about her. She's a very strong woman. She knows what she wants. I find that attractive. And we hit it off well personally, and really enjoyed talking to her and hanging out with her. And like I say, it started off with the dishes. Our first deal was that she would make meals for us if I cleaned up everything. So I did that. And over time, took on more duties around the house.
Yeah, and as we started spending more and more time together, he did my housework. And I had been married several times before I met him, and swore I would never have another relationship. But he took all the grunt out of housework. I haven't done housework in 7 years now. Thank you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I really appreciate that. I've become a good cook because I don't have to clean up. It's very creative. It's very exciting to be able to do that.
Wow, that's amazing. So are you guys officially married, or did you decide you don't want to do that? What was that concern?
Yeah, no, we're married. We're married 5 years now. And I'm 69, and he's a sweet young thing of 61.
Do you think having a younger man contributes to his ability to serve and support you so well?
There isn't anything an older man can do for you when you get to this age. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And he makes me feel younger, and he makes me feel pretty. And I have no hair, and I'm getting old, but I still feel pretty. I like that.
That's amazing. That's an amazing thing to say. So you guys have found love later on in life. Was this type of relationship something you were yearning for? Was it something that was noble in your mind, or did it just happen?
I didn't want a relationship. I hadn't been in a relationship since the 90s. And I met Walt in 2011. And he is such a gentle soul. And I appreciate that more than anything. Gentle and kind. I never thought it would be possible.
And for my part, I don't know if I was particularly looking for this kind of relationship, but I've always been attracted to strong women. And Bernice's kindness, the loving side of the female-led relationship, her kindness allows me to be able to express myself that way and feel appreciated for it. And that's important.
After having been married to several alcoholics, you find that they're pretty much broken people, and no one can do anything for them but folks that have that problem. And so I appreciate having a whole person who isn't hiding anything, and it's simple. It's very simple, easy, comfortable relationship without the drama and excitement. We have excitement, but it's quiet, and I like it that way.
I love it. I love it. When you're talking about a loving female-led relationship, many people believe it has to have some sort of rules or protocols. It has to be something formal. Do you believe your relationship is formal?
Formal?
Formal meaning that you must abide by these rules.
Oh no, we're very relaxed. I'm retired and Walt is still working, but I stay around while he's working so that we job share. I don't want to be out in the world just shopping around and being foolish. I'm around for him to make his lunch, which is something I never did in any of my other marriages.
Wow.
I've become the quintessential 50s wife by choice, and that's the difference. This is choice. I choose to be a homemaker because I'm retired and I have the time, and I love our home because we're in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like we're job sharing, and I don't really feel retired. Nice.
I know that's right. Why did you guys choose to seek community for female-led relationships? Because you had your own thing going on. You didn't have to have a title for it. What made you come along and get on the internet and try to meet others who were living the same lifestyle?
Oh.
That's kind of easy. I never even knew that we were a lifestyle. I know that I hate Neanderthal men. I never needed to be dominated, and I always knew my place. I didn't need some clown to tell me where that was. Loving kindness speaks louder than anything, and I love the fact that he appreciates that I am strong and independent. I've been put down for that before, and I see now that my former husbands were threatened, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Easy with us, and there's no whips or capes or anything crazy like that. There's a lot of appreciation going on, and I never felt that before. And I'm old. It's never too late.
Oh, I love you say that. What about you, Walt? What led you to appreciate community and want to seek out others who have formed a female-led relationship?
Well, I enjoyed reading your blog for a while, and then you came along with the interviews, and we thought I shared that with Bernice, and we thought that would be a good way to contribute to people. Because what you do, the only thing you really lack on the blog is more examples of people who are already doing this, and so people can hear from them and hear how they live.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So tell me, Walt, do you have any advice for men? Because most of the audience are men. They really yearn for a loving female relationship. They're going to look at you and Bernice and think to themselves, why can't I have that? What advice do you have for them? How can they create what you have?
Well, going back to your question before about rules, as Bernice says, we don't really have rules, but I try to figure out what to do to make things work by paying attention to her and what she's doing and things that she might need. But I don't need somebody to, have a timer going off saying, okay, 6 o'clock, time to do the dishes. I can look at the dishes after dinner and know that they need to be done right away. Or if she's coming up, if she drove up to the house, I'll go up outside and help her with the groceries or whatever is going on. Just paying attention.
Yeah.
Another thing I've thought about recently is that a lot of guys like to do things for their wives and really want to do something nice for them. But sometimes we'll start some project, like, I'll make a spice rack or something, right? And I'll be so involved in making the spice rack that even when Bernice comes and interrupts me and tells me that she needs help with, taking groceries in from the car, I'll say, oh, wait, I'm working on the spice rack for you. This is important. But what's really important is what she wants at the moment. I can always go back to the spice rack, but if I can help her in the moment with something that's a problem for her, then that's really what it's all about, I think.
Okay, I can understand and respect that. Bernice, I want to ask you about your past relationships and transitioning to this new and wonderful one. There are many women out there who are continuously meeting men who are aggressive, who don't respect them, who don't listen to them, who won't honor their choices. How should they handle dating in a world where men are disrespectful to women? What can they do? What can they think differently?
I always tell younger women that if you're dating a fellow who doesn't put you first, who doesn't make your existence better than it was before him, you don't need him. You're already fine just the way you are. He's got to be a plus in your life, or else who needs it? I've heard it all through my life that I was kind of like a dominant kind of woman, and I always thought that meant putting on a bustier and whipping the stuffing out of him. I don't find that attractive. I had been beaten a few times in my life, and I don't find anything stimulating about that.
That's right. I know that's right. I hear what you're saying about that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's nothing speaks louder than kindness and attention. Wow. Walter's number 4 for me. I've been married 4 times.
Oh my God.
I said I would never do it again. I was a 3-time loser. Never say never, because this is the best time of my life. I'm 69 and I'm having a good time. My life is great. It's gentle.
Yeah, it's pretty peaceful. Our lives at home is very peaceful. We don't fight. This is my 3rd marriage. I'm so happy to offend her.
No competition. I've had husbands that needed to beat me. I mean, not beat me physically, but needed to win, need to prove they were smarter or whatever. And I mean, it's silly.
Wow. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the concept of a female-led society? You see, I'm writing about it lately. It's great to have.
It's the only way it can be. Women, just because we give birth, those are our children. Do we want to send them off to war? Hell no. Peace is the way to go. Women will find a way to avoid that. And men are so afraid of women being in power because they're men. Men who are truly enlightened trust in women, that we're not barbarians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know we're not barbarians. That's why I don't understand why they're afraid of it.
Because they're afraid of losing their power. What will happen? It's the big unknown. You know, all of our outlook has changed since we've been together, but the constant has been the kindness and the attentiveness. And relationship is easy when there's consideration for the other. I don't have to rule because I'm in charge. It's just not like that. You know, women are basically more sensible, especially those that have raised a family. You learn, you know, priorities, and nothing is important as right now. You know, I read today, if you're depressed, you're living in the past, and if you're anxious, you're living in the future. But if you're calm, you're right here and now. And it's easy with us. It's easy. I've never had such an easy time relating with anyone in my life. And we've been through cancer and a lot of tough stuff. And I couldn't have gotten through it without him. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Y'all, thank y'all so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
We have a tiny house on wheels. We're in North Carolina right now. That's why we're in the same time zone. But we're headed down to Orlando area in about a week.
Because we're snowbirds.
Oh, you are? Oh, yeah, they're here. They're here already. You're right. And it's hot down here.
I know you're a lot farther down south, but we'll be warm pretty soon.
How awesome is that? So are you on vacation or you don't work during this time?
No, I work from home. I mean, from here. This is my office right now.
Y'all got the life set up so nicely. Let me see.
This is our closet behind us here. But it's behind me. You put these curtains up. Bernice fixed that up so that I can talk at work on the video conference too.
We designed this house, and we've been living in it for a year and a half now, and we spent the summer in Maine. Now we're back in North Carolina, and then we'll be in Orlando with my daughter and a husband. Near them, we'll be living in a tiny house village.
Oh my gosh, you guys are living the life. And if you could see the face that I'm looking at right now, Bernice, I know without a doubt that you are extremely happy. I want every woman to feel the way you feel.
I said I would never marry again. You know, 7 years ago, my daughter married her wonderful husband. And they took off for their honeymoon. And my daughter said, "Ma, come to our house, sleep in the bed. You don't need your hotel room. We'll be there." You know, so I slept in the bed and I got all their good vibes. And I prayed to the universe for a gentle, kind man who, all my personal wants. And I want you to know that 2 weeks later, I met him.
What?
Yeah. And I was so specific as to what I was looking for. When I met him, it was like, okay, yeah. This is, if I was ever going to do it again, this is the man. Yeah. Yeah. Easy.
Y'all make it seem so wonderful. And what's interesting is everybody's in the audience watching what I'm doing and reading what I'm saying, and everybody has in their mind their idea of what it could be, because most people are single that are following this or not in a loving female-led relationship. But I see hundreds of people for real. I'm reading their essays, I'm reading their surveys, I'm interviewing them, and it is not as easy as you guys make it out to be. So most men have different motives than Walt has. Most men are demanding and sometimes respectful and incapable of being a part of a relationship like this, even though they say they want it.
It's true. I don't think that men will easily give up control. But I have a standard line. I say, surrender and the natives will be friendly.
It was. Friendly.
Y'all don't make no sense. Y'all are so silly. Oh man, that's awesome though.
But
Well,
it's about finding the right people though for each other, so that you mesh. Like I say, if she wasn't as kind as she is, it wouldn't work because I would be doing things for her and she wouldn't appreciate it. It all comes back in a circle.
Yes. I guess I married enough frogs to appreciate a prince. Yeah. My king. Yeah.